web presence strategies. If you remember, in the last 6 to 8 months, we had surveyed our members and asked what kinds of speakers you would like to hear. Well, we had good response for people that really wanted to kind of come up to speed, especially when it came to using social media and other things like that for marketing your business. And so Ryan helps local businesses engage with potential customers in online world and social media, search engine marketing and display advertising, as well as behavioral marketing and retargeting. He's been consulting with small businesses here in the Sacramento area since 1998. So please help me welcome Ryan Jack.
My name is Ryan Jack. I have 2 first names. You can call me either or. I work for Reach Local. We're a digital advertising agency, and I am an expert in helping create web presence strategies. Strategies to help my clients ensure that their message and messages are reaching the right people at the right time in relationship to their buying cycle. Until about a week ago, I was prepared to come and talk exclusively about social media, highlighting facts and figures about its growth, its impact on small businesses. However, much of it was repetitive, non-original, and there's only so many ways to say something's big. Frankly, a lot of information that you probably already know. And my job is to help businesses grow and to handle the hurdles that are happening right now with the recession. So while I believe social media is important to your business, to utilize, to integrate, to begin conversations, to market to your current clients and their networks, the ability to find out about them is also very beneficial. However, as a practice, social media is only one little part of a much larger, comprehensive idea about engaging with potential customers. Now, some facts and figures I thought you would find interesting. Time spent weekly on the internet is now equal to that of TV. Forrester Research did a piece in December of last year. 86% of consumers use the internet to find a local business. 58% of consumers begin a purchase on search engines, outpacing company websites. 65% of all adult Americans use social media in some fashion. 79% of smartphone users use their device to help with shopping. 86% of consumers consult. 90% of consumers trust online reviews before buying. By the end of 2011, 50% of all Americans will own a smartphone. And then by 2020, internet speeds will reach 1 gigabyte per second. That's 500 times faster than it is today. So I'm often asked about the social media in the context of helping my clients grow revenues. Inevitably, the same question comes up over and over again. How do I make money at it? How do I make money at social media? Frankly, I've never seen anyone outside of a few businesses or a few instances of moving inventory measurably grow their P&L, or just social media alone. But that's not to say that it's not impossible. It's just I personally have never seen it. To put it in context, imagine that social media were the tires on the car. No matter how much tread or how in line or how perfect those tires are, without an engine, without a drivetrain, steering column, and suspension, you're not really going anywhere. So what does that all mean to you? And this is actually a slide I created about 3 years ago. So I've kind of changed it. Things have really progressed in the last 3 years. So when we look about what's going on the internet, we have this term that we phrase digitization. Your clients are being digitized, content's being digitized, it's really moving offline content online. So where we were 10 years ago, the 4 things that are real important to a business is building presence, acquiring customers, retaining customers, managing your reputation, and engaging with clients in regards to your reputation. And a lot of things were a little word of mouth. We had storefront. We used traditional advertising like billboards and newspaper and radio. We used mail, snail mail, with direct mail pieces and surveys to engage people in regards to retaining clients. And then word of mouth was really me talking to a neighbor, or talking to someone in my business, or talking to someone going down the elevator. You know, back up to 3 years ago, now every business has a website to be able to engage with people while they're looking for things. You know, we see the fragmentation of content on sites like YouTube and Facebook and all the news-related sites, USA Today, The Patch. And so now what we have is we have digital properties. So where there may have been a few TV channels 10 years ago, now there's hundreds, and people are very fragmented. Even managing reputation has changed. With Facebook and Twitter and the ability to now tell 10,000 people a message that had a good experience or a bad experience, where before I was just telling 1 or 2 people. And now let's fast forward to today. Now we have mobile phones, mobile applications. People are doing it mobily. And yes, this was all kind of, I guess, prophesized by William Shatner in Star Trek. In 1967 when we had, the communicator. But now we are in 2011, and people actually have that access, that ability to engage on the run, on the go. We're going 70 miles an hour down the freeway, and I can search for something. So really my job is I help my clients. So literally the ability, I have to help my clients engage with this model and make sure that they're ahead of it, at least they're aware of what's going on around them when it comes to digitization. So what does it mean to you? My answer, a once-in-a-lifetime opportunity to leverage a fundamental shift in the way people consume information, engage with that information, and communicate. I don't think we have any further to look than the impact social media has had in the Middle East, the grassroots efforts in electing President Obama, or even TVs and how news is now delivered. There's no doubt that social media is powerful, but in respect to your business, it's not a complete means to an end. Just having a Facebook or a Twitter account will not ensure you move inventory, increase cash flow, margins, or improve EBIT. However, I will go on a limb and say that by having and implementing a complete web presence strategy in relationship to your goals will have an impact on your business. With this, I want to introduce a brand new concept. And it's recently been highlighted by a very smart gentleman named Jim Lisinski of Google, who termed the phrase and wrote an ebook that's free. And I recommend that everyone go there after this. I have the website called Winning the Zero Moment of Truth. Now, the zero moment of truth is a new decision-making moment that literally takes place millions of times a day on mobile phones, laptops, computers, wired devices of all kinds. It's a moment where marketing happens, information happens, and where consumers make choices that affect the success and failures of every brand and every business in the world. A zero moment of truth is a busy mom in a minivan looking up summer school options on her mobile phone as she waits to pick her son up at school. A zero moment of truth is an office manager at her desk comparing laser printer prices and ink cartridge costs before heading to the office supply store. It's a student in a cafe scanning user ratings and reviews while looking at a restaurant for his graduation party. It's a winter sports fan in a ski store pulling out a mobile phone to look at a video review of the latest snowboards. It's a dad sitting at home searching the web to learn more about rebate programs for energy efficient windows. ZMOT, Zero Moment of Truth, or ZMOT, is that moment when you grab that wired device and start learning about a product or service you're thinking about buying. Keep in mind, there are no barriers to access. Today, every shopper and customers of yours carry that in their pocket. Many of you may have smartphones. Let's do a little quick survey. Please raise your hand if you have a smartphone. I have a nice little video to kind of share a tidbit from Google.
To drive awareness of our product product or service, which would then drive people to the point of sale at retail or at shelf, for example, whereupon hopefully they would choose your product or service, take it home and have a great product experience. Zero moment of truth is that moment that increasingly is growing in importance that gets in between your stimulus and your point of sale.
To some degree, consumers aren't doing anything differently than they have been doing for years. They have been gathering information about what's going to be the best product and where it is that they should be buying, and they've been trying to learn about that before they make their decision. What has changed is where they gather that information, their ability to easily collect some of that information from a multitude of sources, and their ability to compare from one alternative place to buy versus another.
Today, the #1 spot where shoppers begin their journey is search. 70% of all transactions, we're seeing some sort of pre-shopping take place, even if it's for items that cost $1 or less. Zero moment of truth isn't just a catalyst to start shopping, but it starts learning. And I think the biggest change that we see is shoppers that walk into every transaction saying, I want to be smarter, I want to be more informed, I want to make better choices, and yeah, I also want to save some money.
We find this zero moment of truth, it applies across all of our customer bases, whether you're buying a big jet engine, whether you're buying a refrigerator, or whether you're purchasing a credit card. It really does apply both in a consumer and in a business-to-business context.
So think about it. It's a natural behavior. It's a way that we all now make our buying decisions almost as second nature. Typically what we would all do is we would try to get some more information between seeing the stimulus and showing up at the shelf. And it's those moments in collection that we call the zero moments that need to be part of your marketing plans.
So this is the old paradigm. We have stimulus, the first moment of truth, the second moment of truth. So someone sees an ad, they go to a store shelf, they buy, they're happy, and they have their second moment of truth, which is like a review. So the old paradigm was actually detailed by a gentleman in 2005 called A.G. Lafley with Procter & Gamble. He was the CEO. He said that the best businesses and brands consistently win two moments of truth. The first occurs on the shelf, when a consumer decides to buy something over another thing. The second occurs at home once they use that item and is either delighted or isn't delighted. These three critical moments include the stimulus, that shelf or the first moment of truth, and then the experience. So here's an example. Dad's watching football on TV, sees an ad for a camera, says to himself, that looks good. Dad heads down to the camera shop maybe a week later, maybe a day later, sees the camera, talks to someone who answers all his questions, buys the camera. Then he gets home, takes the picture, and it's a beautiful picture, just as advertised. End of game, happy ending. Let's shoot forward to the new paradigm. Fast forward to 2011, and there's a new critical moment of decision making that happens before the store shelf or before that first moment of truth. Whether you sell yachts, or shaving cream, or senior living, your customer first impression, and quite possibly their last, will be made in that moment called the zero moment. In addition, prior customers' second moments will now actually become future clients' first moments, or zero moments, excuse me, as they look for review and recommendations. So if I go on and I leave a review, and then one of you goes and asks for a review, and you see that I had a great experience, it now becomes your new zero moment. So to dive into this a little deeper, let's see Dad says that same commercial. However, this time he immediately grabbed his iPad, his laptop, his iPhone, does a couple searches, lands up on CNET, looks at some reviews. Then goes on to social media and posts, hey, does anyone out there have a great camera for under 100 bucks? And then he goes to YouTube, checks out a couple of camera demos. Before the end of the fourth quarter, and before he ever gets to the store, he's already made his decision. I want to ask you, if you own a business, what are you doing to ensure that your business wins those zero moments? And this example is not just relegated to consumer goods or retail stores. The ZMOT applies to all industries, business to business and business to consumer. You can apply it to everything from a bride picking a wedding facility to someone buying a safe, adding addition to your house, picking a mechanic. It's time to embrace the new mental model and this new conversation The real challenge is really ensuring that the information is not pushed, but is rather available on demand, and is an exchange of value rather than just sending a message. So this is a slide that I use in a lot of my presentations, and I call it the peacock. And literally, you know, I work with a lot of businesses that are busy running their business, and they think of the internet as very fragmented, a lot of stuff going on. So this is used to really kind of tell you, well, what are all the different areas that we need to be concerned with? We have search engines, and we have directories, we have sites and blogs, we have content sites, we have review and recommendation sites, we also have social sites, and then one of the new things are location-based services and deal sites. At every step, you have to be concerned about your web presence. How are they finding me and engaging with me? Is it somewhere out there other than just my website or my social profile that they could be finding some information about me? When we take a look at this next slide, how consumers buy. So with search engines and directories, every business has probably 10 they may not even know about. How are people searching for you and finding with you? There's sites like Manta, City Search, Patch, places where there's some sort of business information. And that information has a direct impact on my business. How are people learning more about me? Do we have a blog? Do we have content? Do we have a YouTube channel? Do we have pictures of our products or our employees or our businesses on MetaCafe or Picasa? What's our reputation? What are people saying about us when we're not around? And then people are then hearing from friends, the social media part, where I may talk to a friend and ask them their opinion, or tweet out what someone else's experience may have been. And then obviously we have the deal position, which is really bringing in foot traffic at a very low margin. Effective, but needs to be set up properly. So people are checking for deals, especially in this economy. People are looking to save $1. So at each point during this, you can engage and convert these viewers into customers. So here's an example of ZMOT in practice.
Butterlane makes cupcakes. That's all we do. We use really high quality ingredients and put a lot of love into our cupcakes. We run a single product business, which on the one hand is great because we can really focus, but on the other hand, you better know your business and you better be really good at it because that's the only thing you're doing. We started at probably the worst possible time in terms of the American economy. So if we hadn't embraced ZMOT, we would not exist today as a business. There's simply no way to succeed, really, if we're going to just rely on foot traffic and just our one little storefront. It's just not possible. When we first launched, we didn't have any sort of real online strategy or any sort of grand social media strategy, but we realized really early on that we needed paid search, and it's driven a lot of business. We asked people, how do they find out about Butterlane? And a lot of people find out about us on Yelp. A lot of people find out about us through Google AdWords. Tons of food bloggers, tons of people going online, just talking constantly about food. It's built-in marketing and a built-in consumer base, and we try to take full advantage. The great thing about this information that you're getting is it is extremely specific. You can tell what they like, you can tell what they don't like, and what they're looking for. We regularly make course corrections based on customer feedback. We decided that we needed to greet customers within 5 seconds or 10 seconds of them walking in the door. And that's something that we picked up on just by listening to what people were saying about us. We use social media sites to drive business. For example, we teach classes, and so sometimes we'll have last-minute cancellations. And all we have to do is tweet, whoa, last minute opening, 2 spots tonight, come on by, and we automatically fill those with paying customers. It's not just a nice thing to be able to do. It's not just something that's out there that you can take advantage of if you want to. It is absolutely crucial, particularly for a boutique business.
So I've kind of created 8 steps to manage your web presence that are free. So I wanted you to walk away with something of value that's not going to cost you any money. First, Google your business. Wonder what you see. You see your competitors, you see negative reviews. Google your business and add best, or a product that you carry, or a brand that you carry. Google review and your business name or a product that you carry. What does it say? Based on what it says, will someone buy your product? Can they even find you? Think about this. This is the new digital shelf. 2, claim and customize your listings. It's free. A lot of businesses I meet with that have never claimed their map listings on Google or their business places on Yahoo. It's a free opportunity to show up when someone may be searching for your products in your specific local area, because they're definitely geo-targeted. So if someone types in auto repair Carmichael, if you claim your listings, you should show up on the map. So Google Places, Bing and Yahoo business listings, Manta, City Search, Merchant Circle, any associations that you have. Make sure you claim your listing and you have the command of what people are seeing. Claim and dedicated review sites. Monitor your reviews. How does your brand appear on Yelp, Angie's List, eOpinions, Consumer Search, BBB, TrustLink? On a scale of 0 to 10, how does your brand appear? No, 0 is if you have nothing, if you have never claimed it too. So. Set up content channels and social pages. YouTube, Picasa, MetaCafe, Vimeo, SlideShare, Facebook, Twitter, LinkedIn. These are all sites where we have the ability to put some information about our company and our business and our products and value-added things that we want our customers to see or to engage with. So if someone's searching for something and how to, I have the ability to engage them with some information, some content. Now, consistently create content to answer your questions. You have to ask yourself, I have businesses, oh, I have a Facebook page. Well, that's great. Why would someone want to follow it? You have to be original and interesting. Offer unique discounts, specials, things that you need to move in regards to inventory. Tag content to maximize search discovery. So if we put a video out there, I want to make sure that YouTube's going to show it when someone's typing in words that are relevant to that video. I was recently looking for, we changed the brands of dog food that Procter & Gamble bought Innova, we were all about natural food. So I was searching for ingredients, and I kept getting nailed with $2 off coupons. I was looking for information, I wasn't looking for pricing. So who brought up the money? I still need info before I'm ready to buy. Determine what your 0 moments are. Use Google tools. There's a bunch of free stuff out there. There's keyword tool. There's traffic estimator. All you have to have is a Gmail account to use them. Find out what keywords are relevant to the things that you do. How many times are people searching for those keywords? Is it a long tail keyword? It's like find the best XYZ? Or is it just XYZ? Or is it geo-specific, XYZ Carmichael? So find out what those 0 moments are, how people would engage with your brand, your product. Integrate social into your business. And more importantly, ask for the invite. Put it on your business cards, your marketing materials, on your website. Put something in your window on your storefront. Your POS, or your point of sale at your counter. Go to a QR builder, QR codes. Drive those QR codes right to your review sites. Put on your receipts, your invoices. Add it to existing advertising that you may already have in place. And lastly, speed. Can't be sitting around. You'd rather be a little imperfectionist here. We'd rather maybe misspell something or be a little off than miss the boat completely when it comes to things that are going on. It's a very fast-paced world. So speed beats perfection. Now, the next slide is literally 8 steps to ensure engagement to 0 moment. And these are actually advertising programs that are all available to anyone that may be doing traditional advertising and hasn't made the jump into digital yet. Again, people are spending just as much time on the internet as they're watching TV. Compare that to how many times people might be reading a magazine or listening to the radio, and it far exceeds some of those other medias. Pay-per-click advertising, paid search. Control your message. You can control exactly what you want to say, how you want to say it, and when you want to say it. You can pick the keywords that you want your message, your offer, to show up under on Google. And be on the top or the right-hand side of the page, above the fold. Someone clicks it, then you pay, they go to your website. Very, very effective at driving the most targeted advertising I've ever seen. It's pull advertising. It's not push. So with push, I send out a message. It may reach 1 million people that never have a need for my product. With pull, I'm serving a message to people that are specifically looking for my product. 2, utilize remarketing technology. Stay in front of your web traffic. There's a lot of different things you can do to drop a cookie or a pixel on someone's browser after they visit your website. And then magically have the ability to serve them an ad 160 times over a 2-month period after they surf the internet. So I visit Susan's website. She drops a pixel on my browser. I go to ESPN locally. I go to the Patch. I go to Fox News. I have the ability to serve an ad to me saying, hey, remember me? You visited my website. Be able to have that zero moment. Enable some sort of chat technology, 24/7 chat technology. Our stores are only open 8 hours, 10 hours a day. But I know behaviors, people are searching for things in the privacy of their home. They're searching for things when we're not around. We really have the ability to engage somebody with a positive experience when we're not there to answer the phones. More importantly, also be able to do it when you think your employees are working, but they're really on their computer looking for things. So they have the ability to chat without picking up the phone. Very effective at increasing lead capture by about 30% for most websites. Display and social media advertising. If you're doing some sort of print ad, you should back it up with an internet ad. It's probably a lot less expensive. And now we have the ability to really target specific behaviors. You said, hey, I'm going to put an ad on the back of the weather. Well, I'm sure the paper has a demo for that. Well, now we have the ability to say, hey, I want to serve ads on Facebook. I want to serve ads to people that are 35 to 45 and like to rock climb. We can get that granular. So you have the ability to target specific behaviors. Utilize some sort of content marketing if you don't have the ability to designate someone in your organization to create content for you. You want to be there when customers are looking for how-tos and information regarding things that you do. Create videos to promote your business. And these could be handheld videos like Bill, but they could be professional shot videos, that are in HD. But having content on YouTube is very important. You can use it all sorts of different places. Target customers based on prior intent. There's a new program out there called keyword retargeting, and it's very new. And you have the ability to target someone based on a prior search. They may have never saw your business. They may actually have even searched for a competitor. And now, based upon the ability to know what someone searched for on Google and Yahoo and Bing and some third-party aggregators, you have the ability to actually serve a message, an ad, to someone who may have been searching for something that you sell or that you do. And then lastly, incorporate some sort of email marketing as another touch point. I see a lot of opportunities where we have the ability to gather some sort of information from our customers or potential customers. We're able to gather, we have a contest or a raffle, we're able to get email addresses. Use those email addresses with care, but utilize some sort of email marketing program. They're very inexpensive to be able to touch bases, send out a newsletter, engage with customers. And obviously every business is different. Some businesses may have very long buying cycles. You sell safes, I doubt someone's going to come in and buy a safe from you every month. But so everyone's a little different, but it's very, very effective at engaging with potential customers. So in closing, today we're all digital explorers, seeking out online ratings, social media-based peer reviews, videos, in-depth product details as we move down closer to the path of purchase. And marketing has evolved, and modern marketing strategies have evolved with the changing shape of shopping. All you need to do is get your business into the conversation. So you should take a risk. Say yes. Are you ready? Thanks.